are here with today's top card for the Ang Challenge. So here's where every win's gonna make each player quite a bit of cold hard cash.
We have Kristen. I believe we saw her in round 1, who's going up against Lee Jingyang.
Yeah, so players here are our seeds 4 and 5 today. Jingyang going 4-1, Kristen 3 and 2, but with the highest resistance of all the 3-2s today. So we saw her win in round 1. She went 2-2 rest of the round, enough to make top cut. You'll see how far either player can go, and whether they can make it all the way and win the biggest of the Yang Paos.
Yeah, what's the price pool again? $350.
Well, first place $180.
Okay.
We aim for that first, and then we see see how things shake out from there. So we saw Kristen earlier today in round 1, running the Miranda team. The only Miranda we've seen on stream today so far. And Jingyang, actually, we haven't seen him on stream at all today. So this will be Jingyang's first time on stream with his top cut.
Yep.
He's playing a Zama Zenta team.
Yes. His team also includes Chill Fluttermane, which is a very devastating combination, especially on the very first turn. We have to see how that fares against Miraidon, because Whimsicott does also make Miraidon competitive in terms of speed with the Tailwind, being able to boost speed immediately.
Yeah, Jingyang not running his own Tailwind. So yeah, we see the teams here. It's Miraidon team on Kristen's side. There's Miraidon, Whimsicott, Urshifu, Ogapon, Iron Hands, and Farigiraf.
Yep. And on Jingyang's side, we do see Zamazenta, Chiu, Rillaboom, Fluttermane, Qianpao, and the Among Us. Among Us, I don't think will play too much of a role here unless
He doesn't have... Yes, in order for Among Us to do anything, he has to bring his own Rillaboom to reset the terrain away from electric terrain.
Yeah,
otherwise, he can't spot anything.
It's a question of how likely is Kristen to bring Fairy Giraffe and set up Trick Room. Because if then Among Us will be really fantastic.
I mean, Among Us itself is weak to the psychic attack, so that's also an issue.
Yeah, but as we've seen a lot, you can always Terra type out of your weakness. No issue.
Yeah, because Terra Water against Miraidon is always going to go so well for the Among Us.
Well,
Oh, it's Terra Fairy. Now, there's no Terra Water Among Us here. It is Terra Fairy. It doesn't die to Electro Drift.
okay, top 8.
Rillaboom Zamazenta comes out for Jingyang, so threatening to pick out immediately. See whether he falls for the Farigiraf bluff or not.
Ooh, Whimsicott Miraidon. So I think this is a lead that Kristen is quite comfortable with, considering he led that.
He does get one, but Jingyang does get the ring control. I mean, Zamazenta is not threatened this turn.
Yeah, and Rillaboom can stop Tailwind from being set up with the takeout.
No, he can't. Yes, Overcloak.
Yeah, you're right. So Tailwind should go out regardless.
He can pick out Miraidon, but at the same time, we saw in round 1, there's always the threat of Farigiraf switching in. But I suppose it's less threatening when you have the ring control.
In terms of speed though, is Miraidon faster than Zamazenta?
Yes.
So you could switch out,
No. I mean, depends. We'll see how they're trained.
you could switch out the Whimsicott for Fairy Giraffe.
I do
Stop
believe,
takeout.
because if this is the world champions team from last year, the Miraidon might be slower, but
Ooh.
Whimsicott go for Tailwind anyway. No pick out.
Yeah, no
from
takeout from
Jingyang.
Rillaboom.
It's both switch into the Zamazenta. It's good damage without the rain, sorry. But it does get out of the field, so he can set up electric terrain next turn. But at the same time, Rillaboom could also U-turn out. So
Ooh, what do you bring in
he
here though?
himself,
What do you predict? An attack is going into this slot.
either of them is going to take more than half from body press. I think you just have to take it.
Yeah. As much as I dislike, saying all these U-turns, all these parting shots, this is one of the great values of doing that. You can know that Rillaboom is going to attack into probably that slot, and you can plan around it, which
But a body press does U-turn will KO that slot.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That's a lot of damage.
Is that a double up? It is, or it's into
No,
Whimsicott?
it's always got. Yeah. So
But he does
Overcon
switch
will
off
survive. Yeah, Rillaboom again. So both players having terrain control Pokemon.
The terrain control is firmly in Jingyang's favor because Tailwind has gone up on Kristen's side, which means that Jingyang's switch will always go second. So if you fear the Miraidon coming, you can always switch Rillaboom in, and you will always have terrain control.
Yeah, but
But there is 2 Tailwind ones on the field now.
yes.
Whimsicott does do that much damage, and you threaten the Ogapon with Sucker Punch.
Ooh. You're right.
Again, there's the Farigiraf. So do you think Farigiraf is there? That is the question. Like, we know. I'm not gonna say, but we know. We've seen it. I suppose you've seen the stream, you also know. But just in case the players are not entirely blocked out, we're not gonna say it.
Yeah. So again, the Ogapon here is really trending against Zamazenta. But going to opt for a spiky shield here.
Well, that's your own Tailwind turns you're burning, Kristen.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Not going to connect with the Ogapon here.
Who goes for Sucker Punch into Ogapon.
What's Whimsicott? Oh, Whimsicott was okay.
Press the
Decent
sash.
damage.
Yeah, breaks the sash and Qianpao. And Summon Center will KO Whimsicott. Oh, I'm not sure you want to KO Whimsicott.
That's a free switch in.
There's a free switch in under tailwind for. But you do force. But in the terrain world, you do want to reduce your opponent's on count as much as possible to reduce his or her options for switching.
It is still not that bad because Qianbao can operate under Trick Room since Sucker Punch, is a priority move.
As we're about to find out, as Xinyan's about to find out, Kristen didn't bring Ferrigura.
Yeah.
As she reveals her last one is the Iron Hands.
So he should be
Oh, now honestly he can just keep Sucker Punch into the Overborn slot.
yeah, not this turn though, because Fake Out is gonna come out from Iron Hands, right?
Oh, and this turn, Xinyan can just burn out the double protect, and there's not much that Kristen can do to punish it. I don't think she can source stance on
No.
Overborn. No, yeah, it's follow me, so no option to set up.
Yeah, not only
And-
does he burn Fake Out turns, he burns out Tailwind turns. Oh, we do see a commit to a Terra here.
Overborn?
No.
Oh, close. Oh, that's one way to dodge fake out.
Okay.
So yeah, if he does Sucker Punch into Overborn, and we do know the Overborn is staying in.
Yeah, but that's a very aggressive play, honestly. The safer play would be to double protect.
I'm surprised he protected with Summon Center there. If he's gonna go for the Qianbao attack. But we do see fake out into the ghost. Yep. Do we see no spiky shield? So yeah, Sucker Punch will connect on Overborn. That's a KO.
Oh.
So Xinyan brings Kristen down to a last 2, and importantly, will guarantee grassy terrain for the rest of this game once the Rillaboom comes back in. And the Tailwind turns have been stalled out.
Last
Last
turn
turn,
of last turn of Tailwind. So Miraidon has one turn to capitalize. Summer Zenta has used Protect. Will be vulnerable the next turn, barring
But
another
at this point,
50%.
Summon Center doesn't really need the defense boost, so Summon Center can switch out for Rillaboom.
Importantly though, since
And because Miraidon is specs, you can always Sucker Punch that slot,
you're right.
and the damage will stick.
Do you Terra Fairy then, Miraidon? You want to reduce Sucker Punch damage?
She doesn't Terra yet, that's true.
And at this point, oh well, you press Dazzling Gleam, Matthew.
You will get walled by Summon Center, I suspect.
Ah.
The white guard will come back later. You can't afford to long into a spread move.
Yeah.
Not when Summon Center
It's really tempting though.
It is very
especially-
tempting, yes, because you're Terra, especially when you're going to Terra Fairy.
Yeah, and you're down to your last two, you can't really switch out. You want something that
Hits everything.
yes. But that's not the play. And you do have to account
Among Us
there's
as
a
well.
lot of factors as well. You
You
have
have an
to
Among Us at the back.
worry about Rillaboom. Okay, he's gonna commit to the Terra
Because
Fairy.
you worry about Rillaboom, that's where the electric attack doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
Because Rillaboom will always resist your electric attack. And because I wasn't paying attention, I don't know whether she's looking to the Dazzling Gleam or not. But we're about to find out. No switch from Xinyan.
Yeah, I mean
Sucker Punch into, so they'll get the Fairy resist. And no switch from Summer Zenta. Sometimes stays in. This is gonna be a KO.
Yep, she's gonna commit to Electro Drift. Oh, but there's no the electric terrain sticks. It's not grassy terrain. Xinyan is switching grassy
no, I
terrain.
think Xinyan's fine with it. I think Xinyan was giving up the Magenta there.
Okay. All charge from Iron Hands will pick up the kill on Qianbao as well. So Xinyan will be down to his last two as
So
well.
I think Xinyan committing to getting terrain control without taking any damage on the way in.
Rillaboom will come in. And the last Pokemon that we've not seen, I believe. Rillaboom, okay, no more Tailwind as well.
Yeah, so I think Xinyan was content with that. Recognizing that Magenta was always going to be slower than the opposing Miraidon. So even with Tailwind expired, it's still going to be slower. So just gives up and just have Fluttermane in the back, which will outspeed the Miraidon now with the trigger of its booster energy.
Yeah, and since Miraidon is choice lock, it can't really protect itself from Fake Out from the Rillaboom as well. Iron Hands.
So without
does
terrain
not-
control, I don't think Electro Drift will KO Fluttermane, which is a good special block.
Yeah, this Iron Hands does not have heavy slam. Typically in
And
the
Rhydon
past,
has removed its grass resistance.
typically we would see Iron Hands run heavy slam to deal with Fluttermane in the past. Doesn't have that option available. Only has Dream Punch and Low Kick, which
So guarantee pick out onto the Choice Specs Rhydon and Moonblast into the Iron Hands.
oh, that's a Assault Vested Iron Hands. So able to take it quite comfortably, but
As long
not
as he
able to
doesn't
do
get-
much in return. Yeah.
Without the terrain, this is not going to KO. Ooh, dangerously close.
Yeah. Should die to recoil.
Grassy Glide and Moonblast into the Miraidon should clean up the Miraidon.
Yeah. And Iron Hands.
And he can't protect with either. One is Choice Specs, the other is Assault Vest.
Yep.
So yeah, so we do see why Jiang decided to give up the Summon Center. Recognizing that the both ones left, neither of them can protect. He'll be able to close the game off. with a
Yeah.
guaranteed fake out on Mirror Boom.
You have to wonder whether Fairy Giraffe would fare better over Iron Hands here. Would you see a Moonblast?
No Grassy Glide. Because it just goes for the guaranteed KO onto the and it has recognizing that even if the Flaming goes down, Rillaboom will beat the Miraidon one-on-one.
Yes, since it will resist its Electro Drift. We'll pick up the KO here on Fluttermane, and Rillaboom, well, free to just...
Woodhammer should get a KO at this point. And then Grassy Glide. Well, combination Woodhammer plus next turn Grassy Glide will clean this game up.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't KO. Yep. So
Would
Xingyang just goes for the once he got Kristen down for the last two, Xingyang just had to play it to his outs and close the game out without taking too much unnecessary damage. So give up the Summon Center on the last turn of Tailwind, recognizing that he could win the game with Fluttermane and Rillaboom.
I think that's a mark of a strong player, because typically players would, want to preserve
They're
their
restricted,
Pokemon, not take too many risks. But I have to say that the Terra goes so that Qianbao can fire off the Sucker Punch into Ogerpon was a very, very aggressive move that paid off. I'm not sure it should, because maybe Kristen should have gone for, if he had gone for, a status move, not an attack, then the Sucker Punch would fail and Jiang will look quite foolish, but it paid off. Yeah.
It's always the case when no one ever expects your 10% HP Qianbao to Terra, because why are you Terraing your Mon is almost going to get KO'd.
Yes. But in
that position, it was very safe, because not only is that a switch very unlikely, because Kristen doesn't want to bring the Miraidon in at that point and jeopardize the chance of controlling the terrain. But there's also no reason for Ogerpon to follow me there, because then it will be a dead turn and she's following out her own Tailwind turns. So the attack from Ogerpon was very likely.
Yes. That was I love that play. It was aggressive.
Didn't recognize the position that both players were in.
If I had
advantage of it.
If I had a nickel for every time Qianbao's Terra Ghost mattered in a match, I would have 2 nickels.
So we do see the lead adjustments from Kristen. Leads the Ogerpon as opposed to Whimsicott. So no immediate Tailwind threat, but
Follow me support is available.
And does threaten the Rillaboom with the Ivy Cudgel immediately.
Yeah. Oh, we do see the Giraffe at the back. So the play of stopping fake out is live. Does she want to go for it?
I don't think Jiang went for fake out in turn 1 last game also.
Yeah, he went for U-turn.
And given how game 1 went, I think it's reasonable to assume that Fairy Giraffe is at the back this time.
Miraidon is going to switch out this time.
So yeah, Kristen trying to prioritize terrain control.
I mean, that makes sense, and Ogerpon is rather threatening towards Zamazenta and Rillaboom here.
Okay, we do see the Terra come out.
Fire.
I mean, the faster thing on the field is the Ogerpon.
Yeah.
But do we see the Rillaboom Terra as well? Because if not, the Rillaboom is going down. And that will be a huge blow for Kristen, taking control of the terrain by KOing the grassy terrain on Xingyang's side.
Yep.
No Terra. Oh,
fake out.
Yeah, so Xingyang does fall for the Giraffe Fairy Giraffe. Turn 1 switch this time as body press into the Ogerpon. That's a lot of damage, but this might be at the cost of the Rillaboom.
Yeah, Zamazenta does outspeed, but Ivy Cudgel will KO its return.
Not a true +1 defense. Oh, I'm surprised she went for the Zamazenta. I thought she would go after the Rillaboom. So honestly, Xingyang's still in a decent position, I would say. Someone kind of locks down the Ogerpon slot.
Giraffe stops Grassy
And
Glide.
honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't Grassy Glide into a 4 times into the resisted
Fair.
Ogerpon. No 4 times. It's only fire now after the Terra.
Ooh. Oh, if Ivy Cudgel had crit there.
But now you can just, attack into the Ogerpon and you turn out.
Spiky Shield though. Fairy Giraffe looking to clean up.
Clean up. I'm not sure if I can do enough damage to Summer Center.
At that HP, I think sure, and body
Second
press does
noise
connect, right?
and yeah, the Spiky Shield recoil. So second noise will KO here. It's neutral.
Yeah, Rillaboom going for the Woodhammer on Fairy Giraffe. Should survive. That's a lot of recoil.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. And Psychic Noise here should pick up the KO.
But now Fluttermane can clean the field, I think. Now
Yeah.
Gleam will clean the field from Fluttermane.
Yeah, the one advantage
Or
that,
3. Either of the two special attackers at this point.
one advantage that Kristen had in the first game
Tailwind.
was that she had Tailwind support from Whimsicott. It's not available here. So and
You can't switch Miraidon into a Dazzling Gleam.
yeah,
So did Xingyang bring the special attacker? That's the first question that should
I
be
think
asked.
so. I think so. Oh, brought
Oh.
Qianbao. Okay. I mean, Chen Pao is fast.
I suppose Xianpao can lock down the Ogre Pawn slot.
Not with Sucker Punch at least, but
But yeah, with
just speed alone.
I mean, does he have an attack that doesn't have a chance to miss at least? Does have throw chop? Okay, yeah, so he can throw chop into the Ogre Pawn slot, and Rillaboom will cover the Furigura. Rillaboom, as we saw earlier, is faster than Furigura.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a bunch of recoil, but it's recovering well due to the grassy terrain.
As long as you don't grassy glide by mistake,
Yeah.
Furigura is still here.
Yeah, how does Xinjiang come back from this? I mean, he did well. He got rid of Zamazenta, although arguably, I think the better target would have been.
I think it would have been Rillaboom, yeah, because you control the terrain.
Okay, he's gonna save the Ogre Pawn, gonna switch in.
Gonna take a lot of damage from Throat Chop though. Okay, Iron Hands at least will resist Throat Chop
Yeah.
and threaten to pick out next turn. Yep, so we do see Throat Chop. It's a good chunk of damage. Damage is damage as Rillaboom will U-turn. Is it enough to KO? Okay, super
Yes,
effective.
yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she already burned the Terra, so there was no threat of the Choreograph Terra out of the weakness.
Yep.
And importantly, Rillaboom off the field. So even if Miradon comes in now, there's Rillaboom at the back to switch in.
Yes. Once again, able to wrest control of the
And
rain.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm surprised Fluttermane didn't come in last turn.
I mean, if you're gonna go for U-turn, you know,
As long as it's the same play, right? Because
Yeah.
your Champa covers this slot and your Rillaboom covers the other slot.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you will have Fluttermane on the field. And now you have the advantage of potentially catching the Miraidon.
Yeah. Do you want to bring in Ogre Pawn?
I think you're forced to. You have to sack the Ogre Pawn and hope that you can handle the Fluttermane this turn. But the problem now is that Champa still pins the Ogre Pawn. And now Fluttermane can Moonblast into the hands. And we know that the Iron Hands cannot one-hit kill Fluttermane without terrain.
Yes.
So do you risk the switch to Miraidon to get the terrain boost?
Iron Hands does have a soft vest, but we saw earlier
It's a 2 kill.
Yeah.
The important thing is Iron Hands cannot do enough damage to Fluttermane without terrain. So do you risk the terrain switch?
Ogre Pawn considering a spiky shield here.
To break the sash of the Champa?
Yeah, that's a decent play. I think Iron Hands is such a weird Pokemon to bring in this matchup. It's not that bulky to survive. It doesn't do enough damage. And Xinjiang has done a very good job of, maintaining terrain so that
It's good against Champa. That's about it.
yeah,
So even that Icy Crash, I think will do it kill.
okay.
Iron Hands.
Main is going to
Okay,
protect.
yes, the Fluttermane protect. Does Champa, does the Ogre Pawn protect as well? Okay, yeah, burns the fake out turn from Iron Hands.
Not too relevant. There's no tailwind turns to keep track of. Although we have to be mindful of grassy terrain, right? How many turns is it been? Oh, Drain Punch not going to connect. I mean, it is a bit of healing for Ogre Pawn, right? I don't think it will matter that much.
No, it's still in KO range.
Yeah.
But hands it might matter a bit. It might be able to heal out Moonblast to in KO range. But the important thing is not the hands. The important thing is, keeping stuff alive so that Miranda doesn't take hits.
Yeah, and once again,
And
Kristen,
Champal's Sash is still there.
Kristen will have a tough decision to make of what move to lock Miraidon into. Choice Spec's not so good when you're down to your last two and not.
And the Rillaboom is still alive.
Yeah. Zamazenta at the back as well.
Zamazenta's down.
Oh, Zamazenta is down, yeah. Okay. I mean, Drain Punch can sustain a Moonblast. But Ogre Pawn, well, Ogre Pawn should go down.
Shadow Ball into Ogre Pawn slot. Are we gonna see an Icicle Crash attempt to flinch the Iron Hands?
Well, that would be.
It's a 2 kill.
That would
If
be
it connects.
spicy.
If it connects.
I think you go
It's
for
only
it, right?
seen one Icicle Crash so far this game. He missed earlier in the.
We're gonna see a second one.
Okay, it lands. Has the
Doesn't
chance
get
to
the flinch.
Has the flinch chance. Okay,
Nope.
does not flinch. I'll charge into the Champao.
Oh, not Drain Punch. Okay. So instead of healing, he takes more damage.
He was afraid of the Terra Ghost.
Well,
And we don't blame her
fair.
after game 1.
Okay. Now Miraidon's gonna come in as the last Pokemon. Has to decide what to lock in, and it's not a good decision to make.
It has to be Drift. I think it has to be Drift. Drift is a higher damage option. And you cannot afford to long to Gleam. Gleam does not do enough to the Fluttermane. I don't need 2 here Fluttermane. You don't even have the Terra option anymore, so you're weak to Icicle Crash.
And oh,
And you're slower than Champao.
Oh no,
I think Miraidon is in trouble.
can't protect. I mean, you hope for the crash to miss then.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Okay, Moonblast going to connect with Iron Hands.
That's the KO.
Oh.
Yeah, so even if Icicle Crash misses, I think Rillaboom will still clean up.
Yeah, maybe the wall charge recoil method there could have hung on. Perhaps it was Drain Punch. Icicle Crash
Connect.
will not miss.
That's a KO, I think.
Yeah, clean. The Chen Bao's ability reduces defense.
Yeah, I don't think that the Terra fire was valuable enough to warrant burning the Terra on the Ultra
I
Point.
think it's fine if she.
If she had gone for the Orilla Boom.
Yeah, then at least she can maintain control of electric terrain, and then Miraidon will be more of a threat. Perhaps Iron Hands will be more of a threat as well because of a wild charge damage being boosted by electric terrain.
But the problem is that your Miraidon will always be checked by the Chempao if you don't Terra. The actual pressure will always be a 1 KO on you. So you have to get rid of Chempao first, and Chempao is the most annoying thing because he has the Sash.
Yes, I don't disagree with the Ogapon terroring, but in that case, she needed to get KOs with that Terra.
Yeah,
the Zamazenta surviving
didn't
was
get the
huge.
KO on the Magenta.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah,
if
and
the
that
ID
had-
Kaja had crit
Not wrong.
And I'm not sure. The second adjustment in game 2, she didn't bring Whimsicott. In game 1, at least, it felt like she was more in the driver's seat with speed control and a lot of game 2 we are talking about Fluttermane outspeeds, and Chempao outspeeds. Yeah, there's a lot of that wouldn't happen if she had Whimsicott bringing in Tailwind, and if she had Fairy Giraffe to stop priority, then there's no real way for Xinjiang to outspeed.
Yeah,
Kristen.
ultimately, it comes down to was the hands really pulling its weight. It's very significant weight.
I think the potential is there, but it needed electric terrain.
Yes.
And the idea I think was that if you get electric terrain up, you KO
Fluttermane, one
Fluttermane
KO,
with wild charge, and then maybe you can beat Rillaboom 1-on-1 with Drain Punch. The idea is there. You have low kick to deal with Zamazenta, which is I believe it's quite heavy. So the potential is there, but because Kristen struggled to maintain control of terrain, and most of it was grassy terrain, it meant that a lot of the damage, she didn't output enough damage, I feel.
And yeah, the lack of Tailwind really showed. Because Fluttermane and Chempao were just uncontested, always attacking first.
That was that was fine. And she I think the Fairy Giraffe adjustment was okay because it did stop a lot of
Turn one,
it stopped
because of
Grassy
turn
Guard,
one, yeah.
and it stopped it stopped fake out as well. So the play was good, but there wasn't enough momentum to carry forward. There was not enough damage, and yeah, I mean, Fluttermane still remains to this day a very fast, very strong special attacker that's very hard to deal with.
It's very hard to deal with when your opponent's is always literally getting 2 attacks before either of your one move.
Yeah.
Without Tailwind, that was always going to happen against the Chempao Fluttermane combination.
I have to highlight the Chempao Terra Ghost play in game one as well. Yeah, that was aggressive. Yeah, that worked as well. And maybe that put the fear of that move again into Kristen. That's why she didn't Drain Punch with the Chempao, which might have mattered.
She would have healed enough to survive the next Moonblast.
Yes, and maybe get off an attack and get rid of the Fluttermane. At that point, maybe the scales have tipped too far already, but it might have mattered.
Yep. So again, yeah, it seems that the restricted matchup doesn't seem to matter. It seems Ice Rider is beating Zamazenta and Zamazenta is beating Miraidon. It just comes down to team composition and the players are just outplaying the quote unquote restricted weakness.
I mean, it feels a bit like Kristen's team is putting Miraidon on a pedestal. It's like all the Pokemon are meant to support Miraidon, for Miraidon to shine and do most of the damage to carry most of the team. Whereas Xinjiang's team is a bit more.
Everything can do that.
Yeah. The load, the carrying load is kind of balanced. Fluttermane can do damage. Chempao in the pinch can do damage. Rillaboom under grassy terrain can do damage. So even the support mons are able to sort of shine. So it's not. It kind of feels like Crystal's team was shut down because Miraidon couldn't stay on the field, couldn't commit to attacks, and Xinjiang was able to okay, I may not be able to bring my own restricted and Zamazenta, but it doesn't matter because the rest of my team can carry the weight. Like you mentioned, Zamazenta is a very low maintenance Pokemon, doesn't need a lot of support.
Lands one body press and that's it. The job is done.
Yeah. In fact, it's able to support the team as well, sort of with White Guard. Didn't really matter in this matchup, but yeah, it seems like a very a single carry against a more balanced team. And the balanced team is, if it shuts down the star carry on the opposing team, then there's not really much that the Miraidon can do.
Yeah, doesn't help when some of the support members appear to be trolling.
Yeah, well, GG go next, right?
This choreograph is just running down mid lane.
I protected you one turn with my armor tail from fake out. My job here is done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so well played to Xingyang. Xingyang moves on to top 4.
Yep.
Kristen, I think, gets $10 for top 8.
Still not too bad. At least she managed to get to top 8.
Makes back the money for entry. And just a bit more.
Yep.
So well played to both players. Xingyang, very commanding 2-0 victory. Moves on to top 4. And looks like our players, the rest of the field is still playing.